commending Carmelo Anthony for being honored as the league's social justice champion this year. It's a great honor for him. Makes the Lakers proud. It's important a cause for our league and for our team. And to see him get that award is a big deal for us. And I want to start by commending him for that.
Thanks, Frank. Did you want to just follow up on what you've seen from Carmelo this season and kind of how you've gotten to know him?
Well, he's been a great team guy and obviously, very active in the community, in regard to social justice and everything that our league's been fighting for, around that topic. So, he's just been great for us. And, to see him get this award just is a really positive feeling for our whole group.
Thanks, Frank. Just a transition. Do you have an update on LeBron's status for today?
Yeah, LeBron's out. Had ankle soreness from the other night. This is essentially like a back-to-back, with the early start, and I won't be able to go today.
Would there be what would the plan be, I suppose, for the remaining games with the ankle?
Day-to-day.
And then how did Anthony Davis come through his?
Anthony's a go. Yep.
Did he experience he told us he was a little sore, but he felt overall pretty good.
A little bit sore, but he's able to go today.
And then, of course, you're going to miss LeBron. Right? You dealt with that some this year. Now AD's back. Frank, how does that impact the game plan? And what's the key, I guess, there?
Just a season of adjustment. And, we got to play through it. And we got to find a way to, put a W on the board, in a situation where we haven't done well enough, this season with him out. So, we have to adjust and come in here and get a W.
Frank, Kareem's going to be presenting the award to Carmelo today. It's actually named after Kareem.
Yep.
What's his presence been like for your team since you've taken over? Obviously, he's one of the greatest Lakers ever. He's been a vocal critic of LeBron this year, despite holding that stature. And I guess, what's it like to you? How do you view his presence around your team?
Yeah, well, we have just a tremendous amount of respect for Kareem and all of our Lakers legends, and we hear them when we know they're not happy with the season that we're having. We're every bit as unhappy as them. So, Kareem has spoke to, in the 3 years I've been here, Kareem spoke to our guys once. I want to say maybe last year, maybe year one. I'm not specifically sure. Before a Celtics game, just talking about that rivalry. But obviously we have so much love for Kareem and all that he represents, to our fan base, for what he's done for this team, but also for the league and who he has been, in terms of fighting social injustice and racial injustice throughout the years.
Frank, to transition back to LeBron really quickly, you mentioned, like, with the quick turnaround, this is functionally a back-to-back in a lot of ways. Was that sort of just like run out of time with treatment? Was that kind of the message that was relayed to you?
No, I mean, I just, I don't know specifically. I just know that, obviously we were concerned about, what the turnaround would look like, and got a text this morning that he wasn't going to be able to go.
Psychologically this season, it feels probably like every time you get one of those texts,
nobody's feeling sorry for us. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves.
Coach, you've talked about the importance after a loss, just moving on. How difficult has that been since the All-Star break of trying to not connect one game to another and getting over what that last result was and moving on to the next one?
Well, I think our guys have stayed in the fight, and I'm proud of them for that. A lot of opportunities for our guys to throw in the towel, and our guys haven't. We've remained fighting, and we do have the mindset that we have to turn a page, but there are lessons from every game. Okay, and we hit our guys this morning on the things that we needed to do better to win against the Pelicans the other night. Controllable things that we hope to improve in today's game. We've seen improvements with all of these situations. There's some things we're doing defensively over the last 3 games that are better than we've done maybe since the All-Star break. And we finally, for the first game in I think 5 games, had a respectable defensive rating against the Pelicans, and hopefully we can carry some of that over into today. Hey,
Frank, a 2-part question here. What was your initial reaction when you heard about the whole idea of a planned tournament? And what impact do you think that's made, not just on your team's circumstances this season, but the league as a whole?
Yeah, I had a mixed reaction. When I first heard about it, the traditionalist in me, just likes the the 1 through 8, and everything that goes, with the history of the game. I've seen what, it was one of those things where I favored that, but I definitely saw the value for a league in keeping, markets active and alive, down the final 6 weeks of the season, where, we saw what we saw in baseball. You know what I mean? In baseball, it used to be there was 4 teams that made the postseason, and 26 teams, didn't pay attention to their team the last 6 weeks of the season. So, to create more interest in the fan base and for the fans, I definitely see the value in that, and I understand why they're doing it. Now that it's here, I think if you're a 6, 7, or 8 seed, you're mad that there's a play-in tournament. If you're a 9 or 10 seed, you're happy there's a play-in tournament. So it's pretty simple.
Frank, NBA.com has you guys in the bottom 10 in clutch game record. I guess games within 5 in the last 5 minutes. Why do you think that has been such an issue for you guys? Is that one of the glaring examples of continuity? Is that, or what are the other reasons?
The continuity disadvantage is a huge part of that. Okay. Guys just not having played with each other to start the season, being brand new to each other, and then just having disjointed lineups throughout the year. That's why I've always tried to favor rotational stability and, having a consistent 5 guys in the game at crunch time. And we just haven't had that luxury this year.
Frank, you've coached Russell for a season now. You see how hard he plays, how hard he works. He has yet to kind of make that sort of Jason Kidd-like turn into a higher level shooter. In fact, the numbers kind of going the other way. Can you kind of put your finger on why that's the case?
Not really. He puts in the work, just hasn't gotten that, gotten over that hump to find that consistency. But it's definitely something that we've talked about with him, in terms of, his work and what, the later stage of his career, could look like. And, he's going to continue to work at it. Everybody has different levels of, different ceilings, so to speak, about where they can reach. So, it's something that, all players can improve. And, I do think he can improve down the stretch of his career.